Oh yeah, man. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the road trip, Mishpachah, Akeem, Akatim, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunties, and uncles, grandmas and grandpas. That's right, man. That's right. Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings to each and every single one of you, your dwelling places, your children, right? Your homes, man. Your jobs, your loved ones, your friends, and your pets, man. Those little fur babies, little fur nuggets. That's right, man. Right. So, let's get praise, man. All praises to the Most High. All praises to Yahweh, man. All praises to Yahweh. Glory to Yahweh Shai. Honors to the Ruach HaKodesh, man. And my love and my respect goes out to y'all. For real. Road trippers. Right? Kingdom builders. I love you guys, man. Alright, so guess what? Where we at? Where are we, man? We are in the book of Daniel. I wanted to finish up the whole book tonight, but some human part of me ate a lot of food this afternoon, and I laid down for a little short nap, and I woke up, and somehow time had lapsed a few hours and set me back. So we're not going to finish up Daniel tonight, but we'll definitely have it done by tomorrow for sure. That is a guarantee. Guarantee it. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by knocking out 5 and 6 tonight, and maybe some more, because there's only 12 chapters, so we're almost halfway there right now. Right. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. If you want to follow along with me on 5, that'd be great. If not, it's okay. Don't really trip. Don't worry about it. Unless you're road tripping. You know what I'm saying? But don't really worry about it. But, no further ado. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Book of Daniel, chapter 5. Let's begin. And it reads, Belshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his add-ons, and drank wine before 1,000. Belshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of Yahweh, which was at Jerusalem, and the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank in them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and of silver, of brass and iron, of wood and of stone. Revelations 9 and 20. Verse 5, and it reads, In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaister of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loosed, and his knees smote one against another. The king cried aloud to bring in the astrologers and the Chaldeans and the soothsayers. And the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, Whoever shall read this writing and shew me the interpretation thereof shall be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about his neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then came in all the king's wise men, but they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation thereof. Reference Daniel 2 and 27, also Daniel 4 and 7. Okay. 9, and it reads, Then was King Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed in him, and his add-ons were astonied. Now the queen, by reason of the words of the king and his add-ons, came into the banquet house, and the queen spake and said, O king, live forever. Let not thy thoughts trouble thee, nor let thy countenance be changed. There is a man in the kingdom, in whom is the ruach of the holy gods, and in the days of thy father light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him, whom the king Nebuchadnezzar thy father, the king, I say, thy father made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers, forasmuch as an excellent spirit, and knowledge and understanding, interpreting of dreams, and shewing of hard sentences, and dissolving of doubts, were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will shew the interpretation. Reference Daniel 1 and 7, also Daniel 6 and 3, also Daniel 1 and 7 again. All right, 13, and it reads, Then Daniel was brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, Art thou that Daniel, which art the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the ruach of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing, and make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But they could not shew the interpretation of this thing. And I have heard of thee, that thou can makest interpretations, and dissolve doubts. Now if thou can read this writing, and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shall be the third ruler in all the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. O thou king, the Most High, Elohim, gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom, and majesty, and glory, and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him. Whom he slew, and whom he would keep alive, and whom he would he set up, and whom he would he put down. But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, and was disposed from his kingly throne, and deposed from his kingly throne, and he took his glory from him. And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heavens, till he knew that the Most High Elohim ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointeth over it whomsoever he will. Reference Daniel 4:32. And thou his son, O Belshazzar, hast not humbled thine heart, though thou knewest all this, but hast lifted up thyself against the Most High of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy add-ons, thy wives, and thy concubines have drunk wine in them. And thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold and brass and iron and wood and stone, which see not, nor hear not, nor know. And the Elohim in whose hand thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, hast thou not glorified. Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written. Mene, mene, tekel, upharsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, Elohim hath numbered thy kingdom, and finished it. Mene, tekel, thou art weighed in the balances, and art found wanting. Reference Job 31:6, Psalms 62:9, Jeremiah 6:30. Perez, the kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet, and put a chain of gold about his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him, that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. In that night was Belshazzar the king of the Chaldeans slain. Reference Jeremiah 51 and 31. All right, 31, and it reads to the door. And Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old. And that's the end of chapter 5. All right. Let's see. We're going to name this one. I'm not going to call this one a plot against David. Let me see. This is going to be the writing on the wall. That's it. Yeah. Simple, man. The writing on the wall. Let's make it easy, okay? Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings, everybody. I love y'all, man. Thanks for riding along with me on this road trip, on this chapter. You know what I mean? We had a straightaway on this one. So, look forward to seeing you guys on the next one coming up soon. 6. I'm probably going to have that done in the next hour or two. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to catch up. I'm playing catch up now. I'm like 4 or 5 chapters behind where I wanted to be right now. So I'm going to be up for a little bit. So anyway, got to get 5 online. I'll see you guys soon. Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to all of y'all, man. Hallelujah, Selah, man. All praises to the Most High. I love you. See you soon. Yeah.